I'm on my way to the gym right now. I had my linear algebra quiz earlier today. I didn't do as good as I wanted to do. I'm like a phony, man. I preach doing good in school and then I go and I got a 76. Like it could have been a lot worse, but I going forward I'm gonna have to prepare differently because the class is more so about like the theory behind linear algebra, like understanding things from just looking at a matrix instead of, you know, like one of the forms, if you have a set of three linear equations, you can make a matrix and put it in what is known as reduced row echelon form. So like leading up to the quiz, I'm doing a bunch of practice with like, reducing these equations and understanding the forms and keywords and what they might mean. But the quiz was like, true or false, can you have like this amount of unknown variables? And I don't know, it was all theory based. It wasn't like you're not sitting there and computing equations out on a piece of paper and doing complex calculations. And then after the quiz, he said how the objective for the course is this, like the philosophical understanding of the equations and the theory. Um, it's not about doing complex calculations and memorizing formulas, which like on paper sounds good, and it's going to be a good class. Like I'm excited. Like this is a different way to teach math, but I'm really good at that memorizing the formulas and doing the complex calculations. That's the kind of math that I'm good at. So I'm kind of I'm not like I'm it just took me by surprise, and it kind of hurts because this is the first quiz of the quarter. I'm starting off on a bad note. The first quiz of like any class I've taken. But I have a digital logic and design quiz on either tomorrow or Friday. He said it can either be during lab or recitation. So I'm I prepared for that. Hopefully, I'm not saying hopefully. I'm gonna hopefully try and do as good as I can. But yeah, I think I'll do better on that one. I hope at least I do better on that one than I did this one. That'll like make me feel better. But after the gym today, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna do some homework. I have some assignments for my programming class to get done, so I'll do that. I'll look over some stuff for this digital logic quiz tomorrow. But this linear algebra class, I could already tell from the first class that it was gonna be the hardest one. So going forward, I'm just gonna have to put more effort into like just more effort into this class. I could tell it's gonna be a hard class. I hope physics too. I have my first physics exam in 2 weeks. I gotta make sure I do good on that first one. So like in the moment when I get a bad grade, I get so down on myself. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do anything. I don't even want to like I get in a bad state of mind. But I've literally said it before. Don't let one bad exam grade like ruin everything, because it's not. Especially like this quiz, the lowest quiz grade gets dropped. So what am I freaking out about? It was an unfamiliar format. I didn't know like what types of questions he was going to be asking. But now going forward, I'm going to have a better idea of everything. So if anything, it's good to mess up the first one. But you know what? Know what this is? This is me coping. I'm coping right now. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna forget this happened, get my mind off of it. I have squat and hamstrings today, so I'm gonna do. I have 3 ascending sets of 6 on squat. I don't know what I'm taking yet. I haven't looked. And then on hamstring, I just have like hamstring accessories. I'll do some ab accessories, and then I'll get out of the gym, get back, shower, and do homework. It kind of hurts even more going back to the grade. It hurts even more because like this one guy that I studied with got 100. So like, what the heck. But after I guess another important thing is after he explained it to me, I understand like, okay, I see what I did wrong. So I guess that's the most important part, to understand what you did wrong so you don't make the same mistake on the midterm or the next quiz. But yeah, I do think I definitely studied for a different type of quiz. Like I was practicing calculations when I didn't have to be. Ugh, enough about this. I can't be thinking about it. I'm gonna have a good day at the gym. I hope, like, there's a lot of traffic right now going to the gym, but I expected that it's like 6 o'clock. But hopefully, not that busy at the gym. Unlike yesterday. Yesterday, the gym was packed. I feel like my biggest thing about school, I couldn't imagine forcing myself to go through these classes if I didn't want to. So, in high school, before I applied to colleges, I kind of already had an idea that I wanted to go for engineering, and then now that I'm here, it further just reinforced it. Like now I know, like yeah, it was a good choice. I like engineering. Make sure before you go to college and decide that you're going to spend all this money to go to school, like do a little bit of research on what kind of major you want to go into. Kind of, I know it's hard to ask like an 18-year-old, oh, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? But like, you know what? It's not for the rest of your life. I feel like people say you could just go to college for 4 years, get an idea, try it out. I'm like, you know, you can always get a job in something else. It's not finite. But yeah, definitely have an idea of what you want to do when you go to school because I couldn't imagine doing all this work. And I don't even like engineering. I'm just like I couldn't imagine it. It's kind of hard to get back in the groove of things like yesterday. I didn't have that good of a lift. Like, things didn't really feel that good. And off days happen to everybody. It's just getting back in the groove and understanding that you had an off day and you're not just like, I don't know, botted. Like it's the same thing applies to the gym with school. Like I just had one bad quiz. That doesn't mean I'm an idiot. Because really, if I, take a step back and look at how I studied, then I will see that I was definitely prepared for an entirely different quiz. One thing about Philly, I'm very surprised about like how drivable it is. Like everything's pretty close and the traffic, like really, if you're not driving during rush hour, it's never too bad. I haven't been to New York in a while, but I remember driving in New York and the traffic just being impossible. Like you would think that all the big cities are like impossible to drive in, but Philly is super like driver friendly. Especially like around Drexel, there's free parking like all around Drexel's campus. So like Drexel offers like paid parking passes, but really you don't have to. Like I've had my car on campus for my freshman year and my sophomore year. I didn't pay for parking. I was able to find free parking no problem. Me and my coach started talking, so in my next program we're going to add another bench day. So I'm excited to start benching more frequently. Hopefully it feels more normal because my last bench day yesterday, I did 265 for 4 and I was tired. It felt heavy. And I've benched 309 for 4. So 265, like big difference between that and 309.
We're about to hit this. This is 4:13 for 6. So my warm-ups felt good. I'm just gassed, man. These reps. I haven't done reps like this in a while, and man, I'm out of shape. I used to be so good with high reps because of soccer during high school, but now I've been doing low rep stuff, and for the past however long, like 6 months or something, low reps, no intense cardio or anything. So I got to get back on the grind. Yo, you see those industrial scooters, bro? I see people riding 50 plus miles per hour on those, on the road. Those things are crazy. Or how about those one wheels? People are on the mono wheel. It's they're standing on it. It's in between their legs. They're on the highway. When did we reach that kind of technology when it comes to scooters and stuff like that? That's crazy. People actually be using the scooters like motorcycles. Those things can't be road legal, but I don't know, people all around Philly, I see them with those scooters. I'm like, dang, it's crazy. Or another thing I see is when I'm back home, is all the kids. When I was a kid, I used to skateboard and ride my bike around town. Now all these new kids got electric bikes, electric scooter. Everything's got a charger, man. There are some days where the pump is absolutely insane. And then there are days like today where the pump was non-existent. I think it's because I didn't drink a lot of electrolytes and stuff. I felt good today. Much, much better workout than yesterday. So that's fine. But it's honestly hard for me to get a pump on a leg day. My legs are never pumped after I'm hitting a heavy set of squat or something. Even though I had 3 sets of 6, I'm not getting pumped off 3 sets of 6. But now I'm going to head back. I'm going to eat. I'm going to shower. I'm going to try and get some assignments done. I'm going to do some, I think main priority, do a little bit of review for my digital logic quiz. That may or may not be tomorrow. I don't know yet. But I'll do a little bit of review for that because we cannot take 2 L's in 1 week. I will not let that happen. Sometimes, you got to get that first quiz out of the way, you know? You see the format. Now I know types of questions he's going to ask. I know I said I wasn't going to dwell on this, but, for somebody like me who cares a lot about school, and, I just think doing good in school is impressive. I want to get a high GPA, and I'm competitive with, my classmates. I think it's fun. But sometimes, you just get a bad quiz. And it's fine. The week 2 quiz, we've had 1 week of classes and now I have a quiz. That's how it is at Drexel, man. That's what you sign up for. You only have 11 weeks, so you got to cover all the material quick. And, I'm only in 5 classes. I have a friend who's taking 6 classes. He's got it way more rough than I got it. But similarly to the gym, maybe this one class didn't go my way. But, or this one quiz. The class is going my way. It's going to be fine. I'm all cut up. I understand what we're doing. It's not like it was a crazy, like, oh, I don't understand, like, the material. I understand what's going on. It's just I'm gonna have to adjust how I study. That's what it is. But just because I did bad on this one quiz, like the gym, just because my bench isn't going the way I want it to go, doesn't mean that I'm all like upset. It doesn't mean all my lifts are going bad. Like squat and deadlifts are going amazing right now. So I can't think like, oh, I got one bad grade. Now I'm gonna get all bad grades. Because sometimes I'll get like that. I'll let one bad grade like affect me so much, or I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm an idiot, and now I'm gonna get all bad grades. But that's not the case, and that's never the case. Don't let that be the like. Don't confuse yourself and make yourself believe that that's the case because it's not. No traffic today, thank God. Oh, such a better day at the gym. It was really just the only bad thing that happened today was the aggravation from the quiz, but you know what? It's over with. I gotta try my best. I'm not gonna forget about this quiz grade until I take the next quiz and do better. That's the only way that I'm gonna do better, or like I get over it. If I prove to myself that I'm not a fucking idiot. But I think this is funny because I was talking to my girlfriend. So she's political science and philosophy. And I'm like, okay, they don't teach us philosophy as engineers. You have to take engineering ethics. It's a philosophy class. Essentially, they just tell you don't work for Lockheed Martin and build explosives. But I, like as an engineer, am not going to take that many philosophy classes. So I was like, I'm going to read Epictetus, which I have been reading and I enjoy the book. But man, the fact that they're treating this linear algebra class like a philosophy class is it's rough. Totally not what I expected. Totally not what I was prepared for. And my girlfriend said, she's like, you wanted philosophy, the world responded and gave you philosophy, and now I'm struggling. Like the professor was even talking about the philosopher that made the Cartesian coordinate system or whatever. I'm like, geez, this really is a philosophy class. But that's probably it for today. Maybe if I think I'm gonna lift late on Friday. I have deadlift and upper body, but back focused upper body accessory. So hopefully the gym. If I go Friday night, the gym's not gonna be packed, so I'll be able to record a lot of stuff. But like even today, I didn't do much talking in the gym just because it's so busy. But that's it. I'll see you. I'll see you guys in the next one.